In progress.
Hi, Stu.
Hello, Marie.
How are you doing?
How you doing? More importantly,
Yeah, well, I've been better. I've been a lot better. I had a real bad reaction to a cortisone shot in my spine. Instead of it helping me, it's worse.
so
So
this is not COVID. This is a back problem, or
this is a back problem. Yeah.
oh, wonderful.
I just finished COVID and then this started.
Yeah, I wonder if it's related.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to think so, but everybody's still learning about COVID. Nobody knows what's going on.
Well, I think once your body gets weakened from anything, it makes you susceptible to other stuff.
Yeah,
So
I know, but
yeah.
I wasn't able to go to the first breakfast with books, and that really killed me. That killed me. It really.
So, did you have an MRI to see what was
Oh yeah.
causing it?
Oh yes. I had the MRI before I had the shot, because they had to take me into a facility that was like an operating room,
Right.
and they had to take the X-ray, and the X-ray came down, and then the needle went right into the proper spot, supposedly. This is what I was told. So I did have the MRI, and he showed me how bad my back was. And it's all age, all has to do with age, deterioration of everything in the back. So, but anyway,
Well,
uh,
sometimes these things heal themselves without any need to do
I'm
anything.
never
So
going to get another shot of anything. I've decided that of any cortisone, and I just have to get better. I am better today. Yesterday, I didn't get out of bed. It was so bad.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I know how painful it is, and then you can't sleep either, and
Bad.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but today I'm on the couch, so that's a big improvement for me.
All right.
So I am getting better, and I'm trying to do everything by email to keep up with everything. And if I miss something, just let me know, okay?
Okay, well, I certainly will, but there's lots of people who are in communications with you, so
Yeah,
I think one way or the other you're going to know what's going on.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, it's bad enough when you have a cold or something, you're miserable, but you usually can sleep through the night, with
No.
take a few aspirin, but
Well, thank God I have
back pain is terrible.
these big ice patches that I have that I keep on me constantly when I sit down, and I was told I have to get up every half hour and walk. I have to exercise. So I have to get up, which hurts a lot. But anyway, I have to do it every half hour because they're afraid of blood clots and things like that. So
Yeah, it's funny, they tell you that the way you prevent back pain is to do these exercises to strengthen your core, but
right,
when you're in pain, you
right.
don't feel like moving.
You
So
won't feel like doing anything. You really don't. But I'm thankful to God that I am better today, and I see a light at the end of the horizon. Thank God.
it
And
sounds good to me.
yeah, but
Yeah.
we're doing okay. Our education committee is doing a good job. They're still doing a great job. They really are.
Well, and you have lots of other people, on your committee who are taking care of things. So
Well, they are. They are. So so are you enjoying Boston?
yeah, we're actually I have to say, we never really were crazy about the weather here in the summer because it's usually rainy and very hot
And
and
humid.
incredibly humidity.
Yeah.
But it turns out that the humidity is there and the rain is here, but it's been very cool. So,
Oh, good.
and I've been working outside in the garage and moving stuff in the basement. So thank God it's not 100 degrees.
Yeah. Thank God it's right. Yeah. Well, my aunt lives right near. She lives in Com Ave. She lives right on Com Ave. And when I go home once a year, which I didn't go this year, I go to see her. And I talked to her this morning, and she said everything was good there. So, but anyway, but I miss coming home once a year because I see everything.
Just to make sure that we've got sound.
Where is that from?
It's
Get ready.
it's playing on her computer, but we need to pull this up a little bit more.
So we're not seeing we're not seeing Lowry's yet. it was on there earlier. But,
Last week, we couldn't hear you at all. I hope if you speak this week, we can hear you.
Like, where's my dad? Who is this?
yeah, let's see. They show, we can hear them. They show the camera being shut off, so they don't.
Oh, you got great television right here. Yeah.
They have a different crew each week working on this, but
Here we go.
All right, so
this one we're gonna play.
what we're gonna do is, does it work?
It was planned. Come on, play. I don't. Here we go. Let's get volume up. Can you hear it?
yeah, we are here, but we have no video. We have no video. We can hear audio.
But you can't hear it. Okay.
We can hear you, but we can't see you. It was working before. It shows the video is off.
Then what we'll do is we'll just go back to the beginning.
You can hear
So when it comes up, so for the beginning part of our show, when you get up, you'll do this.
We're gonna set it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do
Yeah.
We'll do it in between everything else. we're
Got
doing.
it. So I'm not using this little puppy
You
here. I'm just
won't
going
use
here.
that, but
You
then
can. Yeah, she's gonna speak from here.
well, but yeah.
No.
So Candy, we don't need this. You want to? Okay, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. It's that simple.
All right. You are going to use that. So you can stand over there.
Yeah.
So you will. You know your presentation well enough to, or do you want to see the screen before?
It looks great. How are you? Have we communicated with students?
Then you're
I
good.
believe when I tried to-
We'll help you through it.
but I'm not sure. Thank you. I was just looking at your
Oh, yeah. You got it.
Got it.
You got it.
Yeah,
You go
we
easy.
get
You
there.
relax.
We'll turn that on.
You got
I know
it.
what I'm doing. Have we communicated with Stu Lippoff?
I don't know, he wasn't answering earlier. He's a character. Last week we turned him on. That was a Sean move, okay? You must tell me, we took him on. That's what we did. We shut him off. And then he couldn't speak, but we didn't turn him back on when he was called on.
Okay.
That's why he was da 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 da. We couldn't hear him. That's why.
Okay. We
I
just need
explained
to
it
know
to
if
him
we can
yesterday.
communicate with him right now so we know if he's doing that.
Now we got some kind of video, but no sound. I don't know what the problem is. Must be something with the camera.
Oh, there's Sean. Hi, Sean.
I don't know if they can hear us.
Sweetie.
Hello. Oh, now the video went away.
We're batting 1,000 here.
Well, they got a different crew there each week, and everybody's trying to learn it. And
Yeah. Were you aware last week that the membership couldn't hear you?
yeah, I was on Zoom and they couldn't hear me. I could,
No, I know, because I was there.
yeah, yeah, but at least I could see and listen.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll at least get the opportunity to do that today. We will see. Honey, I have two computers here. One I usually use for Zoom, and it's not working at all. So I switched to the other one, but at least one of
Electronics
them.
are wonderful when they work.
Uh,
They're wonderful when they work.
uh, I restarted the other computer and I got it to work. So at least I know stuff is working on my end. That's very weird. Can you actually see my face, Marie?
Yes, I can.
Oh, all right. So the camera's working. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say I usually don't use this. I usually use this machine for my my work. Uh, but when the other one wasn't working, I plugged the camera
Yeah.
in here to
No,
see.
I can see your face, and you have another television behind you, or some
Oh,
kind
you're
of.
right. You're right. I do. I've got a. Yeah, it's off to the side here. How about that? Uh,
All kinds of equipment.
equipment is being live streamed. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what's happening at the other end, but
They should have started by now, shouldn't they have?
should have.
Yeah, because it's 12:20.
Not sure what's going on. Funny, I thought we had it all worked out by now, but I guess not. So
I guess not.
maybe they're trying to restart everything. Let's see. It shows that they're still connected.
Yeah, because if they weren't connected, we wouldn't be able to get anything, right?
Yeah, yeah, they're connected, and the audio's on and the video's off. So who knows? Time will tell.
Oh, this doesn't look too promising.
Yeah, I don't see or hear anything either, so. They should always have a little bit of a backup plan where they can just
Yeah.
take a cell phone and put it on the
Oh,
podium.
there it is.
Yeah,
But now we don't have any sound.
yeah.
Should I mute the sound?
No, it doesn't make any difference.
Doesn't make-
Let's
doesn't matter.
hopefully they'll figure it out.
No international. Do we have any visiting Rotarians today? I was.
And I
Sorry.
will say a sponsor of the centennial event.
Yes, yay.
Good afternoon. I have with me Debbie Howard.
Debbie, welcome.
And I have my lovely wife and future Rotarian Neil.
Nice.
All right. Neil, do you want to say something? No, I guess not.
Okay. I'd like to introduce our head table today. Candy Schneider will be more fully introduced in a few minutes. She's our speaker. We have Myron Martin from the Smith Center, the CEO and president. Emma Durant is the Senior Director of Philanthropy. Toby Cleff is our donor to our Centennial Project, and past President Ginger Anderson. John, will you take the microphone to Sarah Thornton? And she can talk about Michael Gordon. Would you make that announcement, please?
Thank you. So many of you remember last year, our club in the Vegas Inc. Angel Awards was named the Foundation of the Year. Woo, it was amazing. Next Thursday night, our fellow Rotarian Michael Gordon will be honored as the Vegas Inc. Angel Awards Volunteer of the Year. It's amazing. I think you mentioned it last week, maybe. It is free. It's at the Palms. It starts at 6. I will send the sign up, which is a similar sign up to last year. You can sign up for however many people you want. It's, I think, cocktails, and it's at the Palms. And any of you who are available would love, Michael and his wife will both be there. I'll be there with my husband. We'd love to see you.
Thanks, Sarah. John, would you take the microphone to Janice Lenke, please? To talk about the
This is a
centennial.
big announcement. Everyone pay
Big
extra
announcement.
attention.
No pressure, no pressure. I hate to have my back to people. All right, we have some really exciting news and some people to recognize in this room for the centennial. The save the date card is now finalized. We'll have printed copies next week. We want to acknowledge, and please stand to be recognized, Kathleen Mahon, MD. And I don't think Greg McGuire is here of Security 101. Those are our two sponsors for Save the Date. Thank you. We have our four-way test sponsor package. Tom Thomas, please be recognized. He donated $10,000 on a $7,500 package. And Centennial sponsorship package. Dan, it's so good to see you. Echelon Point Wealth Management Group at Morgan Stanley. Dan Anderson, thank you for your continued support. We have Service Above Self sponsorship package, and this is Alara Group. Russ Swain, another continued sponsor, please. Service Above Self sponsorship is Jim Cole of Howard and Howard. Thank you so much. And I want to recognize, you're going to have to stand again. Sarah Thornton, please stand up and be recognized for putting all the work together on the press release, which will also be coming out to the club. Program ads are still available. The committees are working hard, and we will be selling the tickets and getting that information out so you can start purchasing your tables and your tickets. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Janice. Barbara Castro.
You guys are so sweet. Love you. Okay, so a couple of things. We are going to, the 25 Club is going to be hosting a Halloween party. So as I was saying, the 25 Club is going to be hosting a Halloween party, and we are looking for someone who hasn't done anything at their home, or maybe a business that would like to host it. The 25 Club will be taking care of everything though, so no need to worry about that. Also, we are trying to raise money for the food can or the canned food drive. You guys have cans on your tables. If you guys want to help with that, we have, I believe, like 7 more weeks to raise money for that. If you want to take one to your business or your home or something like that, feel free to do so. And
we really need to get on that because Kiwanis kicked us last year.
Yes,
can't
we
let
want
that
to
happen
win.
again.
So yes, please help with that. Thank you.
David Squire is not here, or Jerry. The highway cleanup is this Saturday at 8 a.m. meeting at the Bonnie Springs entrance. And there is brunch at Jerry Senes's house after that. So I hope to see a bunch of you out there helping us pick up trash. Ginger Anderson.
Thank you, John. Just wanted to remind you of a week from today, 8 p.m. at the Westgate. We're going to have a lot of fun, good fellowship, and we're going to raise money for Santa Claus in the process. So don't forget to sign up in the Green Book today. If you don't see the Green Book, email me or email Sean. I need to get those tickets locked up and make sure that we have enough for everyone who wants to come.
Thanks, Ginger. Will you make sure I'm on that list, please? Bill Steeran, the Nellis Tour.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. How do you do? Hey, it's going to happen. 12 days, 9 a.m. We're going to be at the parking lot of the Nellis Air Force Base. We got 25 signed up, and to our shock and surprise, they passed the security check. So see those 25 on the 27th.
Thank you. Stu, are you on there?
I am on there. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you.
Oh, I am here and I am live
from above.
But if you can hear me, I can talk. Yes?
Yes, please. Talk about the Children's Discovery Museum.
Okay.
Children's.
So we have a invitation to support a special event at the Children's Museum on Saturday, 22nd October from 1:45 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's the morning session. I'm sorry, the afternoon session. We need a team of at least 8 members. I think we've already reached that threshold, but more is better. This was originally scheduled as a NASA astronomy team, but it's now been changed to a dental hygiene day. But no matter, our team will be trained by the morning group, so there's no need to do any advanced preparation. But make sure that you brush well while you're smiling while you're there. This is a great opportunity to be a service to a local educational institution because we can showcase Rotary in the community. We've been asked to show our colors with banners, t-shirts, and buttons. So if you're free Saturday afternoon, please sign up in the Green Book or just email Sean. Your spouse and adult children are also welcome to join you at this event. Thank you.
We don't have to clean their teeth, do we? I hope not. Karen Wisenhunt.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. The Taberti Classic Golf Putting Tournament sponsored by the Alara Group is scheduled for October 6th. And it's going around in the Green Book. The golfers, it's $40 per person, and children is $15 per person. It's a family-friendly event, 9-hole putting tournament at Angel Park. So I hope you can make it, sign up in the Green Book.
Thanks, Karen. Jackie Thornhill, can you talk about family literacy?
Hey everyone, we finally had our first family literacy, known better to us Rotarians as Breakfast with Books at Beckley this past Tuesday. And we had a total of 142 participants. There was 56 adults, 72 children. The staff was there. They were wonderful. Everyone had their t-shirts from before, and they're really looking forward to us doing it again. And I would like to thank the following Rotarians who helped out: Rose Faloco, Tony Kern, Tina Bishop, myself, Gwen Hall, Bill Houghton, and Bob Pizer. Next time will be the 1st of November. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Is Rose here?
Good afternoon, everyone. Just another reminder about the Halloween candy that we're collecting for the schools. You can either sign up in the Green Book monetary donation, or you can bring your candy, leave it up at the front, and we will distribute it to the schools. Thank you.
Great, thanks. Jamie, I had you on the agenda. So do you want to do your SOAR recap?
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the 22nd annual SOAR ceremony was a great success. We were at Las Vegas City Hall on Monday, and we started with a networking breakfast that was sponsored by Rose. We had a lot of networking going on. It's an opportunity for Rotarians to get to know police, fire, and military personnel in their own community. Invite them to join a Rotary meeting or be a guest speaker. At 8:30 a.m., we rang the bell with the gavel that is at my house. And we began our SOAR ceremony with the presentation of the colors by Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and the Department of Public Safety. Congressman Stephen Horsford made opening statements, as well as District Governor Roger Gutierrez. We honored 20 departments and 66, we had 66 honorees plus 2 canines. And one was actually there, so that was pretty cool to have a canine. It's been a few years since we had one of those. 9 Rotary clubs were represented on our committee this year, and 11 Rotary clubs made monetary donations to the committee to help sponsor the event. So it was a really fun and exciting way to honor our first responders. And if anybody is interested in being in my committee for next year, please let me know. Thank you so much.
Renee, I see you on Zoom. Do you want to make an announcement about TLC?
Sure, if you can see me here, or if she'd like to make an announcement too. But we have 2 of the 12 positions for TLC already taken up. Please contact myself or Mike Williams for more information. And as the date nears to December 2nd and 4th, for all 8th graders, a nice leadership opportunity. I'm going to let you go. She's stealing the show.
Okay, thanks. John Williams, do you want to repeat what he said? Is John over there? I thought I saw him. Michael Williams, I'm sorry. John Williams was a composer.
Yes, our first TLC will be first weekend in December. And next week, we start interviewing the students from Cashman Middle School. If any of you want your children or granddaughters or grandsons to participate in this, get your name right now, because you get first crack at going to this weekend up in Big Bear area. It's great. Everybody should experience this, and we're still signing up people to help. Thank you.
Thanks. Kirk, do you want to talk about Super Build? Just making sure John gets his exercise today.
All right, on the 1st of October, there's going to be a District 5300 super build. They're going to build one house on this trip. The spring build is scheduled for sometime in May, but the 1st of October, you will be staying in usually a southern part of San Diego. They'll go through either the Tijuana or the Tecate Gate, depending upon where they're building exactly. I haven't heard, but accommodations are usually reserved for most Rotarians that are part of District 5300. Also to know that the nice part about these days, there's a luxury to doing this. And I was explaining to Don Holland actually before the meeting. Today we build a house where the foundation is poured when we arrive and the materials are delivered to the job site. And before the day is done, we have built a home where the people we're working for actually have safe shelter that's sound and secure, and something that they did not have ever before in their lives. So you are going to change a family's life entirely. That is probably the most inspirational thing you can get out of it, and gratification at the end of the day that you've built a house and handed off the keys to the front door. Anyhow, there's a group of people that are leaving from Las Vegas, I believe on Thursday, the Thursday before the weekend. And if anybody's interested in doing the build, just let me know and I'll make sure you get connected with those folks that are leaving on all together. You can caravan with them. Thank you, Katie.
Thanks, Kirk. And Tony Kern on the other side of the room.
Okay, I'm going.
Good afternoon, everyone. Two items on the agenda here. The youth protection policy, there is a sign-up sheet on the table. It's all there. I believe there may also be an additional sheet in the Green Book. Anyone working on any of the projects that involve youth, which would be TLC, RILA, the Books and Buddies or the mentor program, any of those items, you need to have a test and pass the test. So you have to sign up. This is an annual thing. It's not one time only. So every Rotary year, and there's a requirement with District 5300. Once you sign up, I will be sending the list to John Chase, and you will thereafter receive an email, do a little reading, a simple test, and then you're done. So everybody needs to sign up, please. The other is our Green Our Planet. We have an opportunity to assist them again as volunteer sponsor at the fall Giant Farmers Market, Student Farmers Market. This year, it's going to be at the Government Center in conjunction with a health fair by Clark County. It's Thursday, October 20th. It is a meeting day, but we start at 7:30 in the morning to help setting up tables, putting on tablecloths, greeting the kids. There should be about 40 bus loads of kids coming through, even though the website says something different. Greeting them, and we can get out of there by 11 o'clock to get here on time for our lunch meeting.
We will also have, if I have enough people that are willing to do it, we will have a Rotary table, information table like we did last year. So right now, there's very few people that have signed up. We need to have at least 15. So think about it. It's lots of fun and you get to go shopping. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. I'd like to take just a minute to thank everybody that helped make this meeting possible. Kathy Mahan for setting up. Tony Craig was our greeter today. Jamie helped us at the desk with ticket sales. Nancy Anderson is our scribe. And Jim Tucker is our photographer. Antoinette Monroe, our AV. And Susan Ziobro and Larry Cohn for helping us clean up after the meeting today. So we have about 10 minutes for fellowship and eating your lunch. So enjoy. I want to get going a little bit early because we have a really exciting program today. Today, we celebrate the beginning of our Smith Center Centennial Project. And Candy Schneider is the Director of Education at the Smith Center, and she is very passionate about this program and the number of children's lives that we're going to be touching. So before I ask Ginger to come up and introduce her, I want to do the drawing. We have very few tickets. We have very few cards left in the deck. And as of last week, the pot was $8,191. So the ticket to draw for the pot is 8440652. Lots of groaning. Arlene. And just for our visitors, we have a drawing every week, and whoever gets the winning ticket gets to draw for the joker out of the deck. If they don't get the joker, the pot rolls over. If they do get the joker, they win half of the pot, and the rest of it goes to our foundation. So, and it's gotten way up there, so everybody's really excited. There's your $10. And for $50 in Lowry's bucks, 8440525. Rock. There you go. Thank you. Okay, now it is my great pleasure to have Ginger come up and introduce Candy Schneider.
Thank you, President Katie. We spent a lovely evening at the Smith Center last night celebrating their 10th anniversary. And that is an institution that I know when it's 100 years old is going to be as beautiful or more beautiful than it is today, and is still going to be one of the greatest things our community's ever had. The mission of the Smith Center is to inspire artists, audiences, and our diverse community through great performances, enriching experiences, and engaging educational programming. 6 years before the Smith Center opened, Candy Schneider joined Myron Martin and the rest of the leadership team to map out a path to deliver on their mission statement. And what a difference they've made in our community. Candy's here to talk to us about some of the Smith Center's programs and developments. But let me tell you a little bit about Candy's achievements, because I know she won't talk about that. Before joining the Smith Center, Candy enjoyed a long career at the school district in various arts-related positions. Among her many achievements was the development of a district-wide elementary school arts program. One of Candy's superpowers is making connections locally and nationally to increase access to the arts for kids. Another is her ability to make things happen. I've been told that if anyone can find a way to get something done that is seemingly impossible, It's Candy. She's also been involved with many other organizations, including the Discovery Children's Museum, Nevada Public Radio, and she served 3 consecutive terms on the Nevada Arts Council. Candy's lived in Las Vegas most of her life. She's married, has 1 son and 2 grandchildren. As we all know, Vegas is really a small town wrapped up in about 2.5 million other people. So here's a fun fact. A few years ago, Candy's mother was President Katie's brownie leader. Candy is very invested in our community and in our single greatest asset, our children. With that, please welcome Candy Schneider.
Thank you. I was a little concerned when the lady was booed as she came up, and I thought, oh dear, this is not a friendly crowd. But now I understand. Somebody explained to me if she didn't win or the same person comes up all the time, or so she wins all the time. Oh, okay. Ginger, thank you for that invitation or that introduction. The Smith Center, how many have been to the Smith Center? I guess I should ask the other way. How many have not been to the Smith Center? Okay, whoever has not, somebody needs to look at them and invite them to come to the Smith Center to one of the performances. And I would challenge all of you to do so. If you meet people or you have neighbors who have not been there, please invite them to come to a performance. I think they will love the performance, but they will love the experience and the idea of this wonderful jewel that we have in our community. So we introduced our president and CEO, Myron Martin, and our director, senior director of philanthropy, but she is our now, I can do it, vice president of philanthropy, Emma Durant. I just want to share with you a little bit. Ginger alluded to the fact that I have been with the Smith Center on this journey for 16 years now. We've been open 10 years. We decided that education and outreach, starting that programming 5.5 years before we opened, was the best way to introduce the Smith Center to our community. This was truly being built for the future of our community. As mentioned, it'll be here for hundreds of years. It's built out of limestone and granite. It is going to surpass all of our lifespans here. But the idea that introducing kids to the opportunities that are at the Smith Center and the arts and how they can grow from that is our mission. It is at the center of that mission. I'm going to try very hard to press the down button to go up. I got it. Okay. In reading that mission, and thank you very much for including that, when I look at the Rotary mission, teaching youth to succeed through literacy, education, and life skills development, it matches what we do for education and outreach in the programming at the Smith Center. And I heard mentioned in many of the projects that you are all involved with, both at the Discovery Children's Museum, at Beckley, and at Bracken Elementary, and at Cashman Middle School, and the Farmers Market. All of those schools that participate in that come to the Smith Center, or we have programming going out to their schools as well. So this is a nice match. We are a nonprofit center. Hopefully everybody is aware of that. About 75% of ticket sales covers operational costs. That 25% needs to be raised each year. And I can tell you that our education and outreach programming is completely funded by donors, by foundations, by grants. It is magical. As Myron will say, and if I had him stand up, he would say, education is in our DNA. This is a list of most of the education and outreach programs that we have been doing over the past 10 years. From student matinees, in-school performances, master classes, Southern Nevada Wolf Trap Early Learning Through the Arts. We have Disney musicals in schools, professional development for teachers, High School Musical Theater Awards, Sensory Inclusive Performances, Camp Broadway, and Heart of Education Awards. Nothing delights us more, and I can speak for more than just myself, is when the Smith Center is, I will do it, I do it every time, surrounded by school buses. And for 2 years, as Sidra mentioned, we have not had that opportunity. We reopened to the public last September, but we have not been able to bring students to the performances yet. We will start our first student matinee performances in 2 years, the week of October the 10th. Seeing the spaces that all of you have come to for performances, whether it be in Reynolds Hall or in the Studio Theater or in Myron's, imagine those spaces filled with young people. Just picture the large hall and kids from top to bottom to see one of their favorite books come alive on stage. How many have read Go Dog Go to their children or their grandchildren multiple times? Or, and Myron teases me constantly, Clifford the Big Red Dog. When kids see a story come alive on stage that they have read in a book, and all of a sudden Clifford is on that stage and he is literally filling 2/3 of that stage. He was very large. Myron will say we had a very large catering bill for Clifford during that time, but it was worth every dollar, I can tell you. Oh, I'm in charge of the clickers. When kids get off that bus, first of all, a lot of kids have never been outside of their neighborhoods. Some of them, their families have no transportation. So their world is the neighborhood that surrounds their school. To get on that bus and go on a field trip, that bus ride is a pretty exciting experience as well. But when they pull up to the Smith Center, they're in awe, absolute awe. And when they come into the lobby, and some of them dressed up, whatever that means, if it means a clean t-shirt and a pair of jeans, or if it means their very best attire as they're getting off the bus coming in. Some of them, the teachers make bow ties for them, or the boys have on ties that they've made, or they have on a family member's tie that comes all the way down to their knees, or they have a sports jacket on that might fit somebody about 5 years down the road, but it doesn't fit them. They are as proud as they can be into that space, and to the excitement that they have to go into that audience chamber, take their seat and see that performance come alive. It's amazing. And we can always use volunteers. We'll talk about that. In the small space, most of those performances for kids, the theater performance, they're based on books. They're based on books that they've been introduced to in their classroom. We send curriculum materials to the schools for teachers to prepare the students prior to coming to the performance. They're familiar with the story and they can't wait for that to happen. In the large hall, they just fill those seats. It is an experience that you all need to have. It is one that when you come to the Smith Center, think about it the next time you come. When you open those doors, and there's double sets of doors coming into Reynolds Hall, imagine that being kindergarten or first graders or third graders or any other grade level. It is pretty special opportunities for them. We also have main stage performances. So shows that you have purchased tickets to come to, whether that be Alvin Ailey, it might be Ballet Folklorico, it might be Kodo, it might be Taj Express. It's a variety of, many of those will do a matinee performance for students during the day. And for the majority of those performances, we try to do middle schools and high school students, because most of the touring productions are for elementary students. So when we have performances like this, Kodo will be there in March. We've sent out the matinee schedule to schools. They are so excited to come back to have students attend performances. We were overwhelmed We always have a waiting list, and you think after 2 years, we were a little nervous to see how students or how schools would respond to those matinee announcements, and they are overwhelmingly. We can't accommodate 30 middle schools and high schools for this show, but we go through a process, and they will each select students to come to that performance. So we're excited about it. We do in-school performances. When we do matinees at the Smith Center, usually schools can choose one grade level to bring. So if it is geared for kindergarten through second grade, they decide whether they're bringing their kindergarten or first grade or second grade, and it has to match their curriculum. So it is relevant to what they are responsible for teaching, and they are fitting it into their curriculum as it is most appropriate for them. When we take performances out to schools, they're usually local and regional artists. The school can have all of their students participate. So it's assembly style, and they might do kindergarten through third grade for the first performance and fourth and fifth grade for the second performance. But each one of those students in the schools can have the opportunity to participate in the in-school performances. We do master classes, usually with artists from the touring productions that we're bringing in, and they will have those master classes either on campus at the Smith Center, or we will take them out to schools, and depends on what the focus of the class is about. But you can see we've done a variety of master classes, both in schools as well as on campus at the Smith Center. Those are usually middle school, high school, as well as we have invited artists from the community if they are interested in participating in that master class as well. It's the little people. So Southern Nevada Wolf Trap Early Learning Through the Arts is an artist residency program. And Wolf Trap is our nation's outdoor performing arts center, just as the Kennedy Center is our nation's indoor performing arts center. It's located in a national park, beautiful venue, wonderful performances from spring to October, and then the weather doesn't permit. But they are known for their educational programming, and the program they're most noted for is Early Learning Through the Arts. There are approximately 20 affiliates across the country. We were invited to be an affiliate to replicate those artist residencies in early childhood classrooms before we broke ground, which was pretty amazing. They were confident we had a strong partnership with United Way and a commitment to move forward with this in community pre-K centers. And we are also working with the Clark County School District in Title I pre-K classrooms. So pairing an artist, a teaching artist with an early childhood educators, when you think about it, that's how pre-K learns. It is through song, it is through movement, it is through role playing, through imagination. If we'd all admit it, that's probably how we all learn best as well, but somehow they kind of drum that out of us and we go into another mode. But Early Learning Through the Arts is that wonderful foundation, and it is development of a social, cognitive, and emergent literacy skills based in arts-based strategies. So teachers have an opportunity to add to their toolbox so that they feel confident in using those strategies. Many of them have instruments in their classrooms. They don't use them because they haven't planned ways for the students to get the instruments safely, use them, and to return to that. So it's just transition times, but using the arts in the way that is very natural for pre-K and for early grade levels is a pretty special opportunity. So our artists are trained by the National Wolf Trap teaching artists and go into those classrooms for multi-week residencies. Disney musicals in schools. This is a program we were invited in our first year of being open. We were invited as the second performing arts center outside of New York to do Disney musicals in schools. Each year we choose between 5 and 7 elementary schools of the highest need areas in town. They apply to be a part of the program. They develop a school team. They come to the Smith Center. We have a wonderful planning meeting with them. They choose the Disney Kids title of whichever one they want. It may fit into their curriculum so that the librarian is involved, the classroom teachers are involved. We provide 2 teaching artists who work with them for a semester. They produce their musical on campus at their schools. They can perform it as many times as they choose to. We provide all of the Disney licensing for them, all the materials that they need to put on that production. They have to create their costumes and their sets and it is a way for them to involve their community, for them to involve their parents. And many of those schools are in areas of which the parents, many are non-English speaking. The kids speak English, but the kids or the parents don't. And many of those families feel as though they don't have anything to contribute to the school. They can't come in and tutor in reading or in math. Believe me, they come in for Disney musicals in schools because they can either help to build the sets, they can do the costuming, tiger's tails and elephant ears. They will set up sewing machines. Others will cook so that there is food to feed the volunteers coming in for that. It's an amazing opportunity for those schools. Some of them charge maybe 50 cents if that's what their community can afford. Maybe they charge $1, and that saves for the next year for them to do the program again. At the end of their production, which is usually about the same time in the spring, each of the participating schools that year bring 1 number from their show to the Smith Center, and it is in Reynolds Hall. When you think about kids performing on that stage, the enormity of that is unbelievable. Tigers, monkeys, elephants filling the stage, their families fill top to bottom. Every seat is filled. Most of those families would not have come to a performance at the Smith Center. This is their first introduction to that. And to see their child perform on that stage is pretty amazing. I would invite you, but it's sold out with parents. So I'm sorry, unless you're a parent or a grandparent of one of those schools. We do a lot of professional development with teachers, and it is in arts integration. So looking at how the arts can engage and enhance learning across all curriculum areas, whether that's math, science, language arts, social studies. The professional development that we do with teachers is at the Smith Center, but it's also in the summer, we do it off campus at one of the schools, and we do an institute, a 2-day institute. Most of the presenters are national presenters that we bring in for that. They're here for 3-4 days. They do evening workshops after school. The teachers are not paid to be there. Every workshop we have offered since we started this has been completely full with a waiting list. They're not paid to be there. They get credit now, but they have to facilitate that credit that they're taking. They come because they're interested in the topic, and the joy that they get from participating, they know will work with their students as well. We often take those artists into the classrooms to do demonstration teaching so that teachers can see that it actually works in their classroom with their kids, which is pretty powerful. Nevada High School Musical Theater Awards is one that is very near and dear to our hearts, but particular to Myron. Before we opened, I don't even think we were finished being built at that time. We went to New York to attend the National High School Musical Theater Awards, which is now known as the Jimmy Awards. Kids from all over the country are performing. They are the lead actor and actress from their high school musical theater programs. And there was nobody from Nevada. There were no kids from Nevada. I cry through everything. And I am an emotionally stable person. I really am. But these kinds of things, I mean, one, I was just crying for just the sheer excitement of those kids and the experience that they were having. But I was also crying for the fact that we didn't have anybody from Nevada up there. So we have a regional program. It is the National or Nevada High School Musical Theater Awards. This will I would hate to quote how many years it is because they all seem to run together. We've been doing it since 2013. More and more high schools participate. Has anybody been in a high school theater program themselves or their kids involved with it? There is tremendous power and passion in that. We have now looked at both performance side as well as on stage or behind the scenes. So this awards program recognizes both the lead actor and actress who have been nominated by their schools, who have performed in a eligible musical production. They're usually titles of shows that you may have seen as well, but they're high school versions of that schools are performing. In addition to recognizing the lead actor and actress, we are also looking at the costume design, set design, things that the kids have participated in the construction of the sets or in the lighting design or in stage management. So off and on stage, we are now recognizing and bringing also some of the ensembles for that. So let me just share if it works.
Our best actor and best actress will be selected today. And we can't wait to see who will spend a week in New York City, all expenses paid, working with the best directors and choreographers and artists, actors. Its experience is extraordinary, and we're so happy to be a part of that. And when you think about it, 2 of these students will be performing at the Minskoff. Each and every year, the talent is superb. I'm amazed at how these music theaters teachers in our schools are able to bring the best out of our students. You know, the Nevada High School Musical Theater Awards bring so much for our students. Some learn to work in ensemble, some gain skills that they use in math and science and other careers, and every once in a while, somebody makes it to Broadway. Good night, baby. Good night, milkman's on his way.
The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of prepubescent plotting, and with my resistance upon every scent, the fun of moral fight rotting.
So one of the big changes this year was that we had ensemble numbers from some of the musicals around the city. And to see this stage filled with students from great schools here in Las Vegas doing big production numbers really made me happy.
Performing on the Smith Center stage was an absolutely exhilarating experience. The silence, the applause, everything about it just makes everything so much more worthwhile.
But I can't do it alone, then she'd.
In the past, we've looked for our best actor and our best actress, the 2 students who go on to New York City to participate in the Jimmy Awards. This year, for the first time, we added awards in choreography and direction and set design and costumes and other things that are really important to the making of musical theater. We were thrilled to be able to recognize some of these students who work behind the scenes.
Where was the life that late I led? Where is it now? Totally dead.
Our lead actor, Joey Cooper, everybody.
Oh, it was very thrilling. It was very fun. I've never performed in a theater this big before, and just to see like the seats way on top in the balcony and all the way down to the bottom of the orchestra, it was an amazing experience. One in a lifetime for sure.
The hills fill my heart with the sound of music.
Our best lead actress going to New York City is from Bishop Gorman, Sophia Wilson.
On the Smith Center stage, I was really nervous walking out. When I was walking out, my hands started to shake and I started to get like this numbness in the tips of my fingers. And then I sat down and my music started and it just felt like a calm washed over me. And it felt like home to be able to perform on a stage.
Every year we have two students who represent Nevada on that stage at the Jimmy Awards on the Minscott Theater, which is the home of Lion King in New York. It is an unbelievable experience. They spend almost 10 days in New York working with Broadway industry professionals in acting and choreography, and they build a show. It is amazing. You can purchase tickets to the Nevada High School Musical Theater Awards. We would love to have you join us. This year, it's not Mother's Day. It is the Sunday before Mother's Day. We've done it on Mother's Day for quite a few years. But I have to say, that's a pretty amazing gift for mothers to have their students or their child perform on the stage. It's pretty wonderful. Access to the arts is another opportunity that we have, and especially secondary students who are studying or looking to go into areas in the arts, whether it is in dance or in music or in theater performance, and finding support for them to attend those evening performances and sit among all of you when you are coming to those performances. So sensory inclusive performances. I won't cry. These are performances that are for those on the autism spectrum or other sensory deficit areas that coming to a show, they might be too stimulated, they might be moving, they might be audible, they might be up and moving. And for all ages, it is not just for young children. There are people on the spectrum of all ages. Doing a sensory inclusive performance is one that the show doesn't change other than a few lighting cues, or possibly if there is a jarring sound or if there's a strobe light or something, they will temper that. The only difference is those who purchase tickets to attend a sensory inclusive performance have agreed to go on the journey that this is judgment free. There is no issue if someone is with you and has to stand up or move around or might be audible during the show. They may be nonverbal, but they may be so excited that they may yell out or screech or something. There is no judgment, but the show is the same. And the opportunity for some families to come to a show where they can include every member of their family is pretty special. We have done 2 Broadway touring productions of that. Our first one was Lion King. The second was Dr. Seuss, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Lion King was our first, and it was pretty big. So we take one of the matinees during the run of that show being at the Smith Center, and it becomes that sensory friendly performance. When we did Lion King, the families that came, it was unbelievable, to the point of one family, this one, you see that dog? That is her service dog. He has a lion's mane on. The entire family dressed for that show, including the service dog. It was pretty amazing. And if those of you have seen Lion King, you know the parade of animals that come down the aisles before they go up to the stage, just in awe. It was pretty special for us. We also do some smaller performances in Troche Studio Theater that are sensory inclusive. Our first one will be that first week of October, October the 10th, where we're doing student matinees during the Monday through Friday. On Saturday will be a sensory inclusive performance. It is sold out already. There is a need, and we are hoping to address and provide opportunity for families. Camp Broadway is our only tuition-based program, and we haven't done that in the past couple of summers. We look forward to bringing that back again this summer. We do both the younger kids, Shining Stars, and they do a half-day program, and the older kids, 10 to 17, do a full day, 5 days a week camp, and they perform on Reynolds Hall stage at the end. And it's pretty amazing. Heart of Education Awards. This is one that Myron brought to us. It was done in Washington, D.C. for their public schools there as a way to recognize public school teachers, and those were in the Washington, D.C. public school system, to recognize, to help retain, and to help recruit. And again, this is only for Clark County School District. They have trouble retaining teachers. They have trouble recruiting teachers. And I don't think all of us hear the wonderful things that are happening. We often hear the things that are not wonderful, but we don't hear the great things that are happening. So this is an opportunity for everybody in the community to nominate a Clark County School District teacher, current Clark County School District teacher, who goes above and beyond. And the teacher then receives an email that says they've been nominated, and they tell them who and why they were nominated. The teacher is then invited to complete an application and submit that application. We have thousands, which we will hope that you will all take the time to nominate a teacher. From those, we have community members serve as judges for those applications. I invite you all to express interest if you would like to read through those applications and help us with that. We would appreciate it. The finalists, we usually end up with about 750 to 800 finalists. They are invited to a red carpet event at the Smith Center, a wonderful night of recognition for them, entertainment. They get a swag bag filled with wonderful gifts that have been collected from the community. It's pretty special. 20 of those teachers each year are selected as the winners. They each receive $5,000 to them personally for their choice of how they would like to use it. Many of them have told us stories that they have used part of their money to buy things for their classrooms or to provide opportunities that extend for their students. So when these teachers go above and beyond, we have them. We recognized one last year that was so passionate about the kids and the challenges that they have in the students that she was working with. She went to get her foster care certification so that she can, when kids are kicked out of their home and have no place to go into the foster care system, that she can take them in. We have them, you name it. The stories are remarkable. And I invite you to serve as a judge and see some of the great things that are happening in Clark County School District in the classrooms. This little gentleman is in that Southern Nevada Wolf Trap, early learning through the arts. I would like to add that the Smith Center serves the school district, private schools, charter schools, homeschool groups. We work in the community. We partner with the Discovery Children's Museum, with United Way, with a variety of service organizations for the autism community, because they are the experts that help us with the sensory friendly performances. So we have a far reach, but the gift and our partnership with Rotary reaches thousands of kids and of all ages, from that pre-K program to the high school program. We have always wanted to have a scholarship for those, a college scholarship for those high school students who are selected as the best actor and actress. We will now have that. So thank you. We appreciate your commitment to the community and all those variety. I can't imagine how many projects you have going on. That green book must be, or is it a binder? It must be very full of things for you to sign up. And I've just challenged you with another one. Please nominate a teacher for Heart of Education, and please express interest if you would like to serve as a judge for those applications, we would appreciate it. And I think they could express that to Ginger or to Katie. Thank you very much.
Candy, don't go away. Would you just talk a little bit about how we can interact? I mean, there's opportunities for us to attend some of these performances and to interact with some of these kids.
Absolutely. Going into the classroom's a little tough. We're in that day and age that everybody has to be badged to be able to go into schools. But for performances, when I talked about when you come into the front doors, the little ones, when they're coming into a performance, there's 2 sets of doors. We need people to hold the doors open. We need to recruit them because the elementary, a lot of them are line leaders. They can't hold those doors. They're too heavy for them. So just helping and welcoming those kids as they're coming into those performances, staying to see the show and how excited and engaged and joyful those kids are when they are watching those performances. They don't sit still and they're not quiet. I hope you're okay with that, but they are so excited about them. And when you see a performance and you're there with kids, it makes all the difference in the world. High School Musical Theater Awards, we would love to have you attend. You will see talent that you could very well see on Broadway. They are as talented as many. And it is just a wonderful experience for that. But we will find opportunities. Volunteering at the Smith Center, we have a variety of opportunities in addition to education and outreach programming, but all of our programs need volunteers.
Thanks, Candy. Don't go away. Come back. I want to thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to get this program started. I think it's going to impact so many kids in our community and be such an asset to the programs that we already support. And I would like to present you with a Soul Power Award for speaking today. And this will present a pair of shoes to a child in need in your name. Thank you. Thank you very much. Meeting adjourned. Thank you. There's a board meeting in the Vintage Room immediately following. Thanks.